The South African National Defence Force is still battling to contain a fire that has claimed the lives of 6 soldiers at the Lohatla SA Army Combat Training Centre in the Northern Cape. The SANDF says that the fire, which started yesterday afternoon, spread from a local mine. Now, some soldiers have been evacuated from areas where the fire is still raging. The 3 members of the army who were injured in the fire remain in hospital. Yesterday, the fell fire spread from Katu to the army base, leaving people dead and others injured. The fire has also destroyed military vehicles. Northern Cape Cooperative Governance spokesperson Tsenolo Meruti says the fire is still dangerously hot and they have called for intervention from the National Disaster Management Centre. Well, for the latest on this, Thabiso Radebe, SABC News reporter, is at the Lohatla base and joins me now. Thabiso, a very good evening to you. What is the latest on the ground? We understand that, of course, the fire is still ongoing.
Yes, good evening, Alicia. Good evening to your viewers. We are outside. We are still camping outside the Lohatla military camp here, or rather base here in the Northern Cape, where 6 soldiers, members of the South African National Defence Force, passed on yesterday following those raging fires. At the moment, because we are not allowed to enter whilst the generals are still checking the situation inside where those soldiers perished. We were not allowed, but we are told that the generals are still looking at the situation, checking all those like the damages that those fires have caused. Yesterday it happened around about 1:45 in the afternoon. The fire came from the nearby local mine here. It's about 15 kilometers from that mine to the military base. And then unfortunately, due to blowing winds, the strong winds here in the Northern Cape, the fire spread into the military base. And also, Alicia, we spoke with earlier on, our office spoke with the farmers who are saying that they were also affected by this particular fires. And it happened since June, where they experienced a lot of battling, a lot of felt fires here in the province. So it's still happening, but this one, they are saying that this one is very, very devastating.
All right, and what are the army officials saying, Thabiso? Could the fire response have been effected in a timeliest manner in order to prevent the fatalities?
Yeah, but what yesterday, earlier on, we were speaking with one of the generals, Major General Patrick Dube, who was saying that they are trying all they can. As yesterday, when it happened, after they have lost members, remember they started losing 3 members, and then the number rose to 5 and then 6. Later today, we got the report from them that it's 6 members who passed on. So they are trying all they can to sort of assist and prevent the fire coming from the site of the mine area, the local mine here, not to get into the military base, because the base is there. The training is still continuing. Despite the deaths of those farmers, they are still going to be continuing with their training.
And Thabiso, besides, of course, the deaths, what other damages can you tell us about on the ground?
Yeah. At the moment, the management of the South African National Defence Force, they are saying that they are still going to be telling us, establishing the cost of, or rather damages that were caused by the fires. But with the local farmers, they say that hundreds of thousands of hectares have been damaged by these fires. But they will try by all means to assist their members with further, because since the month of June, they have been affected with this battling with this raging fires here in this particular region.
And Thabiso, we understand that, of course, the officials, they are saying that they are now going to rope in assistance from the National Disaster Management Centre. Tell us how it's going in that regard.
Of course, they are saying that after they have checked everything, after they have spoken with the Department of COGTA, of Cooperative Governance here. They will obviously engage with the department or rather national government to sort of ask for an assistance to see how these fires can be prevented, because it's been happening not only in this area where we are, even in areas of Warrenton. There has been those raging fires. So they will engage with the Department of COGTA and also the national government to sort of come up with those measures to sort of prevent those or rather those fires from raging in this particular area.
All right, and Thabiso, I mean, we are obviously expecting an official investigation to take place. I mean, how soon can we expect an official report?
Part of the visit to the area where the incident happened, it's part of the South African National Defence Force investigation. They have said it in their statement earlier on to say that they are going to be starting an inquiry to investigate and what could have caused that fire. So we are expecting, hopefully tomorrow or maybe on Monday in the new week, to sort of for them to come up with what they have found during the investigations into what really happened during the start of that raging fire from the mine up to the military base here. They are saying that with their visit currently, it's an establishment. They are trying to establish what could have led to the raging fire crossing over to the military base and leading to the death of those 6 members of the South African National Defence Force.
Thabiso, very quickly, I mean, we understand that the conditions they are obviously still very hot and dry. I mean, how is that then, aiding to the firefighters from, of course, dealing with the fire?
Yes, earlier on, the firefighters from the South African National Defence Force managed to extinguish the fire. But while we were still busy doing those interviews, we were told by the same general that we were interviewing that 2 other failed fires have begun in 2 areas at the very same military base. So it's very devastating. It's continuing. They are battling, but they are saying that they are hoping that later today they would have managed to extinguish those fires. But with the members of the officials here that we met when we arrived at the military base, they were saying that they are sad on what happened with the members. But fortunately, the management is saying that they are going to be assisting the families and also the colleagues with the counseling. Especially after the death of the 6 members.